Hi friends, today we are going to solve array manipulation problem from the array part of the data structure. So this is basically a very hard problem and there is around 60 points for this. So basically if you do it in a brute force approach, it will face a problem of runtime error. So that's for very sure. So basically the problem statement given here is that starting with an one index array of 0 and list of operation, for each operation add a value to the each of the array element between two given indices inclusive. Once all the operation has been performed, return the maximum value in the array. So basic way of doing it would be, let's take an example. Okay, let's take this example. So first we will form an array of 0 0 0 0 and another 0 of indices 1 2. In Python general indices start from 3, but for easy understanding here we'll be forming indices in this format. So it's the first query says that from indices 1 to 2 add 100. So we will add 100. Then again it says, and all the other values would be still 0 0 and 0. Fair enough. In the second step it says from 2 to 5, so it would be 100. This value would become 200. This value would be 100. And just sorry for this typing means writing, because I'm using basic mouse functionality to write it, so it's a bit messy. And after that from 3 to 4 it would be 100. So 100, 2 would be 200, and 3 to 4, and it is inclusive, so 200 and 200 and 100, which looks a very easy approach. But the problem here, and the maximum value in the entire array in the last section, the maximum value is 200. So if you just write the maximum, it would give that output. But the problem with this approach is basically it's a very time complexity problem. As you could see, the constraint from here is 10 to the power. For example, the constraint would be m is the number of queries multiplied by b minus a, which would basically become big O of 10 to the power, because the value of m is 10 to its maximum value could be 10 to the power 7 multiplied by b minus a's value, means you could see its value is 10 to the power 5. So the time complexity here would be 10 to the power of 12, which is basically infeasible. So we have to find a better approach to do the same problem. So let's erase this one. Okay. Again, this would be initializing these values. And in this case, we would be basically the first thing is says that from 1 to 2, so we would be using at one place we would be writing 100, and the basically in the second means it's, if suppose A means 1 to 100, so 1 is A and 2 is B, so the way of writing in this approach would be B plus 1. So in 3th value we would be writing minus 100, which basically means from up to 100 all these values, means before 3 all the values are 100 and after 3 all the values are subtracted by minus 100. So this is the basic idea. And in the second step we would be, it's from 2 to 500, and as you could see it should be 6, so minus 100 at the 6th position, but it's not required because our boundary is still up to 5, so you would be excluding that. And again after that it's from 3 to 4, which means 4 plus 1 is basically 5, so 100, and we would be adding all those values, so it would be 100, 100, 0, 0 and minus 100. So and we will be adding all those values, so it would be 100, 200, then 200 plus 0, 200, the maximum value, 200, and it would be becoming 100. 100 minus 200 is 100. So in this approach the output is the same as the last one. So only difference is that the time complexity here is 0th of 10 to the power 7 total number of queries, but instead of multiplication it is plus. So as you know, if it's not in a power, it's basically plus. We could ignore this part in time complexity. So the entire time complexity is 10 to the power 7, which is a reduction of factor of 5. Factor of 5 in a sense, like it means, which is a reduction of 10 to the power 5 values, which is a huge amount of values. So that's why this approach is much better. So we would be writing the code for this approach. The first thing is that we have to initialize the array 0 to 5 and multiplied by n. Once the array is initialized, we would write a loop for each in queries arr each of 0, and in Python, as I told you, the indexes is basically starts from 0, so you have to minus 1 plus equal to each of 2, and in this second case we would be writing a if condition. If each of 1, if it's lesser than length of, if it's less than n, then only, means basically what I'm trying to say is, as you could see in the 5th case or in the 2 to the power 5, so here the value has become 6, so this value is not required for us to enter or not required for us to calculate, so it would be just ignoring this value, this minus 100. So basically in the same way here also we are ignoring this minus 100 part, means if the value, means if the minus 1 value is greater than the length of the array, so it does not require to be appended, those minus 100 value is not required. So it basically means that the entire entire array from A to the till the end of the array. All the values are appended with that, with this, how to put it, with this, what is this is called, with this add operation, or this with this adding value. So that is not required. So each of 1 minus, in the last cases, means when the array indexes were starting from 1, we were adding, for example, b plus 1, but here, as you know, in Python the indexing generally starts from 0, so no need to add plus 1. So that's the reason we are just giving the original index, each of 2, and once this is done, all the array values have been calculated. Would be writing max and sum equal to 0. The maximum value is the maximum value basically specifies what's the maximum value present in the entire array. So we'll be calculating this. In this loop we are creating this plus operation for this part, so that we could derive 100 200 this value. So for each in array, sum plus equal to each if sum is greater than max equal to sum. This is the basic idea. And we will submit the code. It was correct, but I'm not sure. Let's see what the error has been done. Let's submit the code to check if there is any error. There is error. Okay, let's find out. Let's debug it. Maybe you're performing one step extra, which I'm not sure which one. It's strange. Okay. Oh, I forgot to add this only. This should be inside an array, right? So this is the basic idea. Let's see if it passes all the test cases. And it passed all the test cases. So this answer is solved, but maybe could try to make it even better, make it more even easier. Let's see. So it would be creating a sum value would be 0 for each in array sum sum plus Let's see what we could do. For a in range, this would be plus equal to sum, and then sum value would be sum plus equal to array of I, and the return statement return max of ARR. Let's see if it runs properly or not. I hope it does. No, it does not, which is strange. I think this is not the right approach. Probably you have to follow this one only. I think this is the better one. I can't more simplify it. At least I'm not getting any idea to simplify it in a better way. Probably if I get some more easier way to simplify this, I would write in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and please do subscribe to the channel. I've been uploading so many videos. Your subscription matters a lot. It would give me a morale boost. And also I'd like you to follow me on GitHub and on the Discord channel so that you could discuss more on this problem. I also like to add a group of like-minded individual who basically likes to solve more and more competitive programming questions, not only from HackerRank but also from different other platform like CodeChef, LeetCode, any platform. Just good questions that are to be solved, which would require some amount of intelligence to solve it and some little bit amount of effort. So please guys, please contact me. I'd like to share my knowledge with you and also take your knowledge, because when more like-minded individuals are talking, discussing, It also creates a good atmosphere and for all the people in that group to prosper. So do like this video, subscribe, and also please join the Discord channel where you could communicate with each other. And please do have a nice day. Stay safe in these COVID times. Goodbye.